Imagine building an e-commerce website in a few minutes with a few clicks without using any code. Today we're going to do exactly that. Don't go anywhere. Today I'll be showing you how to build an e-commerce website in a few minutes with a few clicks. What we're going to do is find a beautiful website using our premium tools, select the design we want, we'll pull it into a fresh install of WordPress and literally get it ready to roll in a few minutes. We'll be building this stunning e-commerce website with a transparent header, a beautiful header row here with a hero header, big calls to action. The next row will have a section where we can shop different categories on our store. The next row will have a beautiful section. We can obviously change any of this out for anything we want. We can change it up, swap it out, add in new sections here. The sky's the limit. Then we've got a beautiful grid section here with products that we can shop directly. On this row we've got some information about our store, and remember, on any of these rows you can change out anything you want. You can add in as many rows as you want. And then we've got a beautiful footer on our shop page. We've got a gorgeous clean store. We've got a beautiful grid layout for our store. As you can see, there's a quick view. When we click on that, it allows our visitors to quickly see what's going on that particular product, and they can add it to cart right here. We've also got a beautiful off-canvas menu where visitors can shop categories easily and filter. They can filter their products by price. They can select product categories and drill down to exactly what they want. They can also filter their products by color, or if it was size, whatever it may be, they can select it right here. So clients can drill down to find exactly what they want. And in the header, I'm very excited about this. We've got a little cart icon there that helps with conversions. We can see exactly what is in the cart. We can remove items from our cart. We can see our subtotal, quantities. Even over there, you can see the quantities that's currently in the cart. We can view our cart and we can check out. So let's view our cart. And there's our clean cart. Once we're happy, we can check out. On our beautiful checkout page, we've got an optimized checkout page with 2 steps. This is all customizable. You can have it in 1 step or 2 steps, both optimized. You can enter coupon code here if you're offering coupons in your store. Very clean, very simple. Once someone's inserted all their details here, they can proceed to payment. And that's the beautiful e-commerce store that we're going to be building. Now keep in mind, building an e-commerce store like this without using the tools that we'll be using will probably take us weeks. So we're going to save weeks of work. We'll literally be selecting an e-commerce store that we like, in this case this design. We'll then be pulling it into our fresh WordPress installation. It'll be set up immediately for us. All that's then left to do is change out the logo, change out a few links and images, and we're ready to roll. We'll be using WordPress, which is free. We'll be using WooCommerce, which is free. We'll then be using the Astra theme with the Astra Pro add-on. That's part of the Astra agency bundle. We'll also be using the Astra Premium Sites plugin. That's what's going to allow us to pull in our e-commerce store in a few seconds. This is a high-level overview. I'll be taking you from start to finish, going through all the steps of how to get your store up and running. It won't be an exhaustive video, otherwise we may sit here for 5 or 6 hours. What I am going to do as part of this start to finish process is show you how to install your website on an SSD cloud server. This is going to be optimized for WordPress and WooCommerce. It's going to be affordable. It's going to be an option that you can scale automatically. In fact, it's an option I use on my websites and my client websites. I highly recommend it. And as I said, super affordable. Let's get started. In this section, I'm going to show you how to install your website on an SSD cloud server. To do this, you'll go to Cloudways. On the Cloudways website, you can either click the Get Started for Free button or the Platform button. This is a free trial that doesn't require a credit card, so you can give this a full test on your website, absolutely free of charge. So let's get started and log in to create our free account. Once logged into our Cloudways dashboard, we'll click the Launch button. Now we are going to select the application that we want. In this case, we were looking for WooCommerce with WordPress. So we'll select that option. Now we need to give our app, a name. I'm going to call this demo. In fact, I'll make it lowercase, demoaccount.com. I'm going to give my managed server a name of and then I'm going to give my project a name of test project 1. In all these cases, you can name it whatever you want and whatever's appropriate. Next, we're going to decide what platform we want to choose. Currently, there's DigitalOcean, Linode, Vultr, Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform, and KYUP. Now, as you can see, on whichever one I select, I can select a server size, and it'll show me the amount of that I'll be paying monthly, as well as the hourly rate. If I change it, either the server size there, the rate changes accordingly. If I select a different provider, the rate also changes there. So depending on which provider I choose, I can see exactly how much it's going to cost me. Now for our purposes here, I'm going to choose Vultr. Vultr is my favorite, although you can use anything else you want. DigitalOcean's perfectly fine. Linode, whatever you want. I just find the Vultr servers bang for buck at this price point for my use. Provides the best power, the best speed, and definitely the best value for money. Like I said, if you want to use something else like DigitalOcean or Linode, please do go ahead. I'll select my provider, and now I'm going to select my server size. For our purposes, 1 gig will be more than enough. If your website is a lot busier and it has a lot more traffic, by all means select a 2 gig, 4 gig, whatever's appropriate. I will say this though, a 1 gig server can support a surprisingly large amount of traffic. Next, we're going to select our location. Each provider has got locations all over the planet. Vultr has got 15 locations. So there they are. I'm going to select USA Seattle for our demo. What you will do here is look at your target audience and then select a point of presence or a server that's closest to your target audience to ensure that the browsing will be as quick as possible and everything will be served as quick as possible. So no matter where your audience is across the world, select the server closest to your audience. And that's about it. Let's have a look if I'm happy with everything. All looks good. I know what I'm going to pay there. I even know what I'm going to pay on an hourly rate. So let's say, for example, I wanted my server as a testing or staging server and I wanted to have it up for a few hours or a day or a week. I could then work out this exactly how much it would cost me using this figure here. Once I'm happy, I'll click launch now. Now I'm getting a message here saying my high-speed application will be ready in approximately 13 minutes. My server is ready, my application is being installed. Now to access it, I'll go to my dashboard. There's a list of all the servers. In this case, there's only one. I'll then click on www. I'll click on demoaccount.com. And there's my server. I can access it right away by clicking that button. That'll get me to the front end. Here are the login details to the back end. I can click that link to access it. And there are the login details to the WordPress dashboard. Now this doesn't look very good, and this is definitely not what I want to use. I want to use my domain, which is demoaccount.com, not WooCommerce, blah, 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 blah. So what we need to do now is point our domain to our Cloudways server, to that IP there. So wherever your domain is hosted, you'll need to go to that control panel and you'll need to point the domain to the IP number of your new Cloudways dedicated SSD cloud server. I'll show you how to do that. For the purposes of our demo, I'm going to assume that you're using cPanel. If your provider uses a proprietary control panel, your registrar that is, by all means contact them, ask them how to do it if they've got a tutorial to help you, or even ask them if they will do it for you. Most likely they'll do it free of charge. Okay, so what we want to do is first of all head on over to our control panel. In this case it'll be cPanel. Once I'm in cPanel, I'll scroll down till I get the domain section. I'll click Zone Editor. Now I'll see a list of all the hosting accounts that I've got, or rather all the domains that I've got listed on my hosting account. In this case it's only the one, demo-account.com. To edit my zone files, I will click on Manage. Now it'll bring up a full list of everything, or every zone entry here. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for the A entries. In fact, I'm looking for one A entry. If you've got too many items listed here, by all means click on that A little button there and it'll filter down to just your A records. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. There's demo-account.com and there's the current server's IP number. In other words, this server, the hosting server's IP number. What I want to do is insert the Cloudways SSD cloud server IP number there. So what I'll then be doing is pointing my demo account, demo-account.com, not to the current hosting account IP number, but to my Cloudways server. And then what you'll notice here as well, if you look carefully, you'll see that there's a CNAME entry as well. So what it does is it points www.demo-account.com to demo-account.com. So if someone puts in www ahead of my domain name, it'll point it to demo account, and demo-account.com points to whatever that IP number is there. Very simple. So it's awesome in that way. If someone uses the www or uses your domain or accesses your domain without the www, they'll arrive at your website. Okay, so now what we need to do is get a hold of the Cloudways server IP number. So what we do is go back to our Cloudways dashboard. In our Cloudways dashboard, that will be our IP number. So what we did was we went to servers. I'll do that for you. Let's just make sure. That's a list of my servers. That's the specific server I'm looking for, and there's one application on it, or one website. I'll click on the www. I'll find my website, in this case demo-account.com. I'll click that, and there it is. Under access details, there's the public IP number. All I need to do is click it to copy it, and it's copied to my clipboard. Now we'll go back to our cPanel server and copy in that IP number. Once again in cPanel, we'll find our domain name, demo-account.com. That's that A record. I'll click edit. Now remember, we've got our server IP number in there. We are now going to paste in the copied Cloudways SSD cloud server IP number. And there it is. Once I'm finished, I'll click make sure first of all that this is correct. Very important. And then click save record. And that's it. Now when we type in demo-account.com or www.demo-account.com, we'll go to our new Cloudways server. One thing to note, it'll take anything between probably 1 to 24 hours for your domain to propagate, or for those DNS changes to update across the internet. Please do keep that in mind. Now what we do is we go back to our Cloudways server. We go back to our Cloudways server dashboard. Anyway, so what we want to do now is change our domain name to reflect the actual domain name. We do this in our Cloudways dashboard. Once again, I'll show you from the beginning. We click on servers, find our specific server, click on www, then click demo-account.com for the specific demo, or the specific domain name rather. And then what we do is we click on domain management. I want to just mention something here. What you want to do here is make sure that your domain name is propagating to your cloud server. So when you type in your domain name in this case rather, demo-account.com, it'll display my website that's on my Cloudways server. So you may have to wait between 1 and 24 hours for this to propagate. Once it's done, we'll actually put in our domain name there. In this case, demo-account.com. Once I'm happy, I'll click Save Changes. And that's it. I've updated my primary domain name. Now, when I click on Access Details, that's my new domain name, or the application URL. And now I can access my website with that domain name there. Very simple, very quick. I want to show you how to scale your server up, and also want to show you how to install a free SSL certificate on your server. So in your Cloudways dashboard, click on servers, find the particular server you want to work with, click on www, and then find the particular domain that you want to work with. In this case, it will be again my demo-account.com. Now I'm going to click on SSL certificate. And then I'm going to use a Let's Encrypt free SSL certificate. If you want to use a custom third-party certificate, you certainly can. Just select it there and then install it. But these Let's Encrypt certificates are free of charge and they're perfectly fine to use. I'll put in my email address here and my domain name. In this case, it's demo-account.com. and then I click install certificate to install my certificate. It's as simple as that. Now I'm going to show you how to scale your server up. Let's say that your server started to get busy and you needed more power. This is what you do. In your Cloudways dashboard, click on servers, find your particular server, click on the server, and then a vertical scaling. That's what I'm currently paying for my 1 gig server. I'll simply move that over to 2 gig, 4 gig, whatever I need, and I'll click scale now. This is almost transparent and it takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then you've got more power on your server. So a super simple way to scale your server up, giving it extra power almost immediately. Thank you Cloudways for making it so easy. In this section, I'm going to install the Astra theme and the Astra agency package components. So what we need to do now is head on over to the Astra site and get those components. I'll have links to all the tools used in the description below. So what we want to do on the Astra site is click the download now button to get the theme. That'll take us to the pricing page. There's two options, annual or lifetime. There's a free version and an Astra Pro version. We'll be using the agency bundle version because there's many components here that we're going to be using to pull in our website immediately and get it built literally in minutes. The pricing on the bundle for annual is $249 a year. There's a lifetime option of $699 once off. This lifetime option will be going away. Brainstorm Force, which are the developers, have said that this will be for a little while longer, and then they're taking it away forever. So if you don't like recurring payments, by all means grab that deal. For what you're getting here, it's an absolutely awesome deal. You're getting everything in the free option, the pro option, as well as Astra Pro add-on, Astra Premium Sites, Convert Pro, All-in-One Schema Pro, Ultimate add-ons for Beaver Builder, WP Portfolio, add-on for Elementor, that's coming soon, and all future plugins. A really great deal. Let's quickly go through what you get in the entire deal. This is only in the agency package. You get the Astra Pro add-on that's got all these extra features, giving you extra functionality to the Astra theme, making it very powerful. The Convert Pro plugin, an email opt-in and lead generation plugin. You can use it for all kinds of calls to action, pop-ups, slide-ins, and so on. Really great for list building. Ultimate add-ons for Beaver Builder. This adds functionality to your Beaver Builder plugin. Very powerful. If you're using Elementor, the Ultimate add-ons for Elementor is coming soon. That's included there. All-in-One Schema Pro adds correct schema markup to your website, helping you with SEO and ultimately helping Google to understand your website content better and then rank better. This will add the same kind of functionality to the Elementor plugin that it adds to the Beaver Builder plugin. That would be the page builder. And then the ready-made full website templates. These are ready-made websites, professionally designed, that you can pull into a new WordPress installation almost immediately. It'll save you probably weeks of work. As you can see, currently there's over 30,000 people using Astra. And here are some of the people that use Astra and recommend Astra. I highly recommend Astra. It is an awesome solution. If you want to get an e-commerce website up and running very quickly, there is no better solution than Astra. Now, before we get started, I've bought the Astra Agency Bundle, the lifetime option, with my own money. That's how much I believe in it. I cannot recommend it highly enough. And I'll only recommend products that I believe in, that I use myself. So to get started, select between annual and lifetime. In my case, I went with lifetime. Click on the Get Agency button. I'll then go to the checkout page, make sure everything's correct. If I've got a discount code, I can enter it there. Otherwise, I'll continue choosing between credit card or PayPal. Enter my details there, email address, first name, last name, and then I'll click Continue to Payment. Once I've completed my payment and I go into the store page, this is where I can get everything that I need. Here are the Astra theme and Pro add-on plugins and components. That's the Astra Premium sites that we'll be using. What we'll do is click on Astra theme to download it. I'm also going to use a child theme, so I'll click on Astra child theme to download a child theme. With a child theme, I'll be taken to the child theme generator. This is a free tool provided by Astra. I'm going to use the advanced options. So let's call this, now the domain that I'm using is demo account, so I'm just going to call this demo account. If your business name was, for example, Web Assist, you could put Web Assist in there, or anything else you like. Child theme version, I'm going to just go with 100. Author will be Web Assist in this case. By all means, put your business name there. Your author URL, I'm going to put my website address there. For the description, I can change this out or leave it as is. I can put anything I want there. I'm just going to leave it as is for now. And then I'm going to call this folder name demo account. You can also call this anything you want. Then there's an option here to add a screenshot. The dimensions will be 1200 by 900 and a max size, that's a file size of 1 meg. So I click choose file to select my file. Once I've selected my file, I click generate. Now what happens is Astra will generate a child theme for me with all the settings that I've used here. It'll download to my local machine, and there you go. Now once I'm done, I want to continue getting the rest of the components. So I'll go back to account, downloads and orders. Now we've already got Astra child theme, we've got the Astra theme, pardon me, and the Astra child theme. We now need the Astra Pro plugin, and there it's downloading. And then I need the Astra Premium Sites plugin, and I'll click that. And I'm going to click the Ultimate Add-ons for Beaver Builder, and I click that. To install my Astra theme, my Astra child theme, and the rest of the plugin components that I need, I'll go into my website, into the dashboard. Let's start off with a theme. I'll go Appearance, Themes. I'm going to click Add New. I'm going to upload the theme and choose File. I'm first going to install my theme, and then I'll click Install Now. I'm not going to activate my theme because I'm going to activate the child theme which I'm using. The reason we will use a child theme is if we make any changes to the theme itself, some customizations, when that theme gets updated, and it does get updated very regularly, there's a chance that we could lose those customizations. We then use a child theme where we make all our changes and all the customizations, and then when the parent theme updates, in this case Astra, we don't lose those customizations. So this is best practice for WordPress. No matter what theme you're using, this is the way that you should do things. So to upload my child theme, I'll go return to themes page, click add new, and upload theme, choose file, and then I'll select my Astra child theme. I called it demo account, if you remember correctly. Once it's there, I'll click install now. Now I'm going to activate my child theme, so I'll click activate. There it is. There's my Astra theme. There's my Astra child theme, which is activated. And of course, there's my custom thumbnail. All looks very professional. Let's continue. Next, we want to install the Astra Pro add-on for the Astra theme. To do that, we'll go to Dashboard, Plugins, Add New. We'll click Upload Plugin, choose File. Then I'm going to install the Astra Pro plugin add-on, and I'll click Install Now. I'll activate this plugin. Now it's asking me to activate my copy of the Astra Pro plugin. I'll do that shortly. I'm first going to also install my Astra Premium Sites plugin. So I'll click once again in the dashboard, Plugins, Add New. I'm in the Add New page, so I'll click Add New already. Upload plugin, choose File, and my Astra Premium Sites plugin. And I'll click Install Now to install it. I'm going to activate my plugin. Now I'm going to activate my Astra Premium Sites. I'll click on Activate License. The easiest way to get your licenses is go back to Astra Site, click on Account, Downloads and Orders. And once in your account page, click on Account and Licenses. And there are my licenses. I can copy and paste the license that I need. In this case, it's the Astra Premium Sites license. I'll paste it in and activate. And it's activated, as you can see. Now I need to activate my Astra Pro add-on license. To do this, I'll go to the dashboard, appearance, and Astra options. And that's where I'll insert my license, exactly the same procedure. I'll go and get my license, I'll copy it, I'll insert it there, and I'll click activate. And that's it, my license is now active. And here, of course, are all the premium options that you don't get in the free theme. This is what gives Astra Pro its phenomenal power. I'm not going to be activating any options here. I don't need to, because we're going to be using the Astra Premium Sites plugin to pull in our entire website. That will activate whatever is needed for the particular website. So nothing needed here. If I wasn't using the Astra Premium Sites plugin, then I could activate whatever I wanted here. All of these Pro add-on modules to configure my store however I wanted it. And that's how we install the Astra theme, the Astra Child theme, the Astra Premium Sites plugin, and the Astra Pro add-on. In this section, we are going to choose our new e-commerce website, and we're going to install it with a few clicks. To do that, let's go into our dashboard. We'll go into Appearance, and then Astra Sites. Astra Sites is the plugin that we've just installed that will allow us to pull in a pre-made website in a few clicks. What we'll do now is we'll select the page builder that we're going to use. This will enable us to edit our pages on the back end. Those will be pages, for example, contact page, home page, any landing page. Now you can choose between Elementor and Beaver Builder. For our example, I'm going to choose Beaver Builder. I'll click on that. And these are the list of websites that I can install with a few clicks. And that is the selection. As you can see, there are many selections. You can filter between all blog websites, business websites, e-commerce, other free, and you can do a search. Now remember, everything with an agency badge can only be used with the Astra Agency Premium Sites plugin. In other words, that agency package that we've just purchased and installed. You can also use these sites here that don't have the agency badge with the free tools. They won't have as much functionality, they won't look quite as beautiful and be as powerful, but they still work. Now what we're going to do is we are going to install this website here. Here's the agency badge, as you can see, it's called Brand Store Pro. So what we'll do is to start, click Details and Preview. And now it'll bring up a list of plugins that Astra Premium Sites will install for us. That's a preview of what the website's going to look like. So we need Beaver Builder plugin, the light version, Contact Form 7, Ultimate add-on for Beaver Builder, WooCommerce, and Astra Pro we've installed already. So it'll install and it'll activate these plugins for us. So what we do to continue is click Install Plugins. It's now installing and activating the plugins required. Now please remember, if you do have a slow internet connection, this may take a few minutes. Astra Premium Sites has finished installing and activating all the plugins we need. Now remember, this is still a preview of our site. What we've got to do now is import this site into our fresh WordPress installation. To do that, I'll click Import this site. Then I've got a warning here. I can just click OK to continue. What it is saying, let's just go through the warning for what it's worth. Executing demo import will make your site similar to ours. Please bear in mind, it is recommended to run an import on a fresh WordPress installation, which we've done. Importing site does not delete any pages or posts, however, it can overwrite your existing content. Another good reason to use it on a fresh site and not on an existing site. Copyrighted media will not be imported. Copyrighted media will not be imported. Instead, it will be replaced with placeholders. So we can click OK to continue. Once again, if you have a slow connection, this could take a few minutes. Please do be patient. We're now done importing our new site. Before we have a look, let's look at what our site currently looks like. And this is what it looks like with just the Astra theme and Astra Child theme installed before we imported our website. Now obviously I just haven't clicked refresh, which I can do. But in case we are on this page, to view our site, we can click Done, View Site. And that's our stunning e-commerce website built with a few clicks. Now you may notice one or two things that are a little out of place. For example, on our demo site, we don't have that white bar there. Our menu bar is transparent. If you have a look here on the demo site, you can see it's transparent. Most likely what's happening there, we need to flush our cache. A very simple way to do this, if you get this problem, is the following. We can refresh the page in our browser by clicking Control or Command F5. And there you go. Sometimes it may even work by just refreshing the page without having to regenerate the cache. So you can try it either or. And that's how you install an e-commerce website in a few minutes with a few clicks. Once again, I must say thank you to Astra for making it so simple. In this section, I want to show you how to set up WooCommerce on your store using the WooCommerce Setup Wizard. Now, if you remember, we pulled in our website using Astra. Now, what Astra will do is it will install WooCommerce for you and it will activate WooCommerce along with a few other plugins. Now, what happens is when you get into the back end, you may not see the Setup Wizard. And the WooCommerce, what I'll do first of all is show you how to find the wizard once you've logged into the back of your store, and then we'll go step by step through the process. To find the WooCommerce Setup Wizard, in your WordPress dashboard, go to WooCommerce and Settings. And in the top right, you'll see that Help drop-down. Click that, and then click Setup Wizard, and then the Setup Wizard button. And now we've got a 6-step setup process. We can go through this wizard and get our store set up in no time. Okay, step 1, store setup. What we'll first do here is decide where our store is based, in other words, your country. And then you can give it an address. And then you can carry on. If you've got a second address line, your city, postal code, and then you can select your currency. So you've got all kinds of options there, whatever your currency is. And then what type of product do you want to sell? I plan to sell both physical and digital products. I plan to sell physical products. I plan to sell digital products. So choose what's appropriate. In this case, I'm going to leave it on. I plan to sell both physical and digital products. And then there's another option. I will also be selling products or services in person. So if you are going to sell live or face-to-face, by all means click that. And then there's one thing here that I want you to take note of. This checkbox is on by default. Allow WooCommerce to collect non-sensitive diagnostic data and usage information. Now I'm sure it'll be fine for you to allow this or keep it checked. All it does is send WooCommerce data on how your store is used. It helps them to improve the product. Personally, I don't like this and I always prefer to keep this unchecked. If you want to keep it checked, go ahead. And now to move on to payment, we click Let's Go and we'll move to the next step. On the payments page, there's 3 options. There are also many other payment gateways you can choose from. Those will be separate plugins that you can install. I'm going to use Stripe. Payments are very simple, 2.9% for every transaction and no other fees that I know of. You can also click a checkbox, create a new Stripe account for me, and it'll enable you to create a new Stripe account if you don't have one. Once you're ready, click continue. Now shipping. Now we'll choose first of all our shipping zone. I'm going to keep it on United Kingdom, and that's where our store is located. 2 kinds of shipping out the box that you can choose: a flat rate shipping. So let's say, for example, you want to charge $20 or £20, whatever it may be. You can give a flat rate for whatever you want. You can then enter a flat rate. I'm going to keep it on free shipping, and then I'll work my shipping costs into my pricing. As you can see, you're not going to charge for shipping there. If you wanted to deactivate that, by all means you can, yeah. And then locations not covered by other zones, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just shipping to my country. I'll deactivate that and then choose your weight unit. I'm going to leave it on kilograms. You've got grams, pounds, and ounces. Your dimension unit, I'm going to leave it on centimeters. This would also be millimeters, inches, and yards. When all is good, click continue. On the recommended extras page, we don't want the storefront theme installed. We already have Astra, so I'm going to deactivate that. Automated taxes powered by WooCommerce services. This is something you might want to consider. Discuss this with your accountant. Taxes can be quite daunting and complicated. especially in the United States with the state and local taxes. If you enable this, WooCommerce will work out your taxes for you automatically. It's a very simple way to get this done. Could be very useful. For our purposes, I'm going to leave it deactivated, but by all means use it if it's going to benefit you. Now I'll click continue to move along. We're almost ready. Step 5. WooCommerce now wants us to install Jetpack. Jetpack is useful in my opinion. If you don't want to use Jetpack, by all means just say skip this step. I would normally install Jetpack on my own site. For the purposes of our demo, I'm going to click skip this step. We're almost ready. You can put your email in there if you want to receive notifications. And then the next two options are what we'll have to choose. Either we'll create our first product and manually enter it, or otherwise we can import products using a CSV file. This is probably the one I would use, and import my products from a CSV file, in other words from a spreadsheet. But as we've already had products created for us by Astra, I'm not going to use any of these. It's not necessary for now. What I can do later on is go into my store backend and then add the new products that I want to have on my store. So I will now click return to dashboard. And that's how simple it is to set up your store for the first time using the WooCommerce setup wizard. One of the advantages of using Astra premium sites are these beautiful websites that you can pull in a few clicks. And that means that often there's very little that you want to change because everything's been done for you. This is a professional design by professional designers. Now, there are a few things that I want to change, but overall I'm happy with everything the way that it looks. Now this particular site is using two different headers. There's a transparent header on the home page, on the Lookbook 18 page, about us and contact us, and then the shop page is using a different header. So we'll have to edit two headers to get the site looking the way that we want. Now I'll want to change out that logo there, and I'll have to change it out in two places, as you can see there, so that it reflects on both headers. Okay, let's get started. Let's start with a transparent header. Let's go into the customizer. To access the customizer on any page in the website, you can click customize, or in the dashboard, you can go dashboard, appearance, and customize. In the customize on the home page, you may notice the page title here. You can ignore that, because as you can see on the front end, it doesn't show. That seems to be a quirk of Astra. I'm sure it'll get taken off shortly. First of all, let's change out the logo. We go to site identity. There's two logos here. There's our regular logo and our Retina logo. The regular logo will be on regular devices, and then the Retina logo will be for Retina and high definition devices or high resolution devices. To change that out, we click change logo. We can then select a logo from our media library, or we can upload. In this case, I've already uploaded it. So I'm going to select my logo, and then I can crop the image, or I can skip cropping. In this case, I'm going to skip cropping. And then I'm going to click change logo for my Retina logo, change image rather. I'll select my image. I've already uploaded it, and I'll say choose image. We've changed out the store logo in the site identity, and that's correct. But this is a transparent header. We'll have to change this out somewhere else. So to do that, we'll go to layout, header, and then we'll go transparent header. And there's that logo. To change it out, I'm going to upload files. Now before I do that, remember this is a transparent header. We've just uploaded our regular header, which has got black text. So that black text on here won't show. It'll literally be invisible. You'll just see the orange D. So we need to have a transparent logo, or a logo for a transparent header. In this case, their text is white. So what I'm going to do is now upload the correct files. Now I'm uploading my transparent logo. Click choose image and choose image. Now I'm going to upload my transparent Retina logo. I'll click change image. Once again, I'm going to upload it. Make sure it's selected and click choose image. And there you go. And now you can see it's changed as well in the header. We can't see it obviously because of that white background. But let's publish it and let's have a look at what it looks like on the front end. That's how it looked before. I'll refresh. And there you go. Okay, so now that's the logo for our transparent header. Now on Lookbook 18, About Us and Contact Us, we've changed out the logo. On the shop page, we've still got the same logo, which is that one. We'll need to change that out. Now that is a custom header. To do that, in our dashboard, we'll go to Appearance and we'll go to Page Headers. There's our custom header. It displays on the entire website, so any and every single page on the website. But there's exclusions that have been added. The exclusions are the home page, About Us page, Contact Us page, and Lookbook 18 page. So what that means is on those 4 pages and any other pages we want to add here, this logo won't show. But on any other page, by default, this will be the logo that shows. Let's have a look at what was done here and how to change it out. So we click on the Edit button. Now we've got a couple of options here. I'll go through them very briefly. That's a center-aligned page header. That is inline. And that's no page header. That's for a landing page. There's our background, so we could change out our background there. In this case, it's that background there. So whatever you put in there, it's going to change that background. To change that, we'd say remove image and we'd upload a background of our choice. We can have overlay there, so there's a couple more options. We can have top padding, bottom padding, custom size, or we can even have it full screen, so however you want it. Then you've got options for link colors, link hover colors, and then text color. In this case, the title text color is white. There, it's white, as you can see. And there's our link colors, so that's where we'd edit those. Anyway, let's continue. Click on Site Editor, and there is the logo. It's that logo over yonder. Exactly the same process. Now, let me mention that this has got a white background in this menu bar. So we'll have our regular logo here, not the transparent logo with the white text, but the logo with the black text. So I'm going to say Remove Logo, and then Select Logo. These have already been uploaded previously, so I don't have to upload new ones. I'm going to use the ones that are already there. In the media library, I'm going to select the logo I want and say select. Same thing. In fact, I think let's save a step. Just click Select Logo, and this is for my Retina logo. Select it, and there you go. Those are my 2 logos changed out. Now, don't forget to update, or you will not see the changes. Now, I'll refresh. And there's our new logo. Awesome. So we've changed out both our logos. I would like to mention a few more options here. You can have a custom width here, so you've got some options here. There's an overlay color that you can edit, border bottom size if you wanted a border, the color of the border, primary menu, you could have colors here. So there are more options here. Specifically, you could put in a menu here, your customizer setting. So you can affect all these settings here in this particular menu. And that's where you do them. And then the display rules, this I definitely need to talk about. This is very powerful. This is how this was done. Okay, so the display on entire website, but here are the exclusions. So do not display on, the selection here is specific pages. And those pages were home, about, contact, lookbook. If you wanted to add another page, you can just type in anything you want here. Let's, for example, remove the home page and re-add it. I'll type in home. And there's my home page. I'll click it and then it's added. And that's how you'd add any other pages. You could add as many exclusion rules as you want. The user roles here, you could have this for all people, logged in visitors, logged out visitors, administrator, editor, customer, shop manager, and so on. So there's definitely granular control here that you can exercise. And that's how you would do that. I don't think I mentioned this, so let me go back here. Display on. So you could have this on all singulars, entire website, which is what it is now, all archive pages, that would be your blog and so on, all post archive and so on and so forth. So you could select a multitude of options here. This means that you could have custom headers for specific pages under specific circumstances. So you could set it exactly the way you want. You could create a new header by clicking the Add New button and have specific things in a particular header that you want on a particular page. Very powerful stuff. Now remember, once you've got this the way you want it, click Update. And that is our 2 headers done. Our custom header that shows on the shop, and then our transparent header which shows on all the other pages. That looks good. But I see we've got a problem here. When I scroll down, it still shows the old logo. So this is a sticky header here. We need to edit that. Let's go back into our customizer. And there we go. Sticky header. there is our logo. So basically what's happening here is when I scroll down, I can have a different logo in here, different size logo, different colors, whatever I wanted. Let's have a look that it's on the, okay, well that would be on the front page. Let's make sure that it's on the shop page as well. Exactly the same thing. So we need to now edit our sticky logo, or sticky header rather. Same thing here, change image. Now let's have a look at what happens here. Currently this is a white background, so I'll need my regular logo in here with a black text. I'm going to look for, there we go, choose my regular logo, and then change out my retina logo. Choose my retina image. And it's done. There we go. So now remember, this is on my transparent header, so my transparent header showing here. I'll publish it quickly and then we'll have a look at exactly what it does. So I'll refresh. There we go. That is now my sticky logo correct and my header correct. So very simple to do that. Let's just talk about one or two of these other settings as well while we add it. There we go. So sticky logo width, we could have a custom width here. I think you can see, there we go. You can see it increasing and decreasing as I use the slider. So you can set it to exactly the way that you want it. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm happy with it. And then the sticky background opacity, it's on 1 now. As you can see, I'm decreasing it, and then it becomes a little transparent. So you've got granular control there. You might want something along those lines. I'm going to leave it as is for now, but that's where you do that. And then enable shrink effect. If I deselect it, it doesn't shrink. In other words, get smaller. It's still sticky, but doesn't shrink. It stays the same size. So you can see it's rather large. I like the shrink effect. I think it just gives your page a little bit more space, but keeps all those necessary menu or navigation items there. I'm going to enable shrink effect once again. I like to have as much space as possible for my visitors to view. There we go, much better. Full size, and the shrink effect, the logo gets slightly smaller. And then you can have an animation effect here. You can have a slide or a fade. So it'll slide in or it'll fade in. There's none at the moment. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm happy with that. And then you can also say hide on scroll down. So what that happens is it's gone on scroll down. But as soon as you scroll up, it comes there. That's a nice effect. That might be very useful. So what happens now is you can give your visitor as much real estate to look at as possible. As soon as he scrolls up, there is your menu once again. So that's something you might want to consider. And then I'm going to leave it as is. I think it looks good. Now on display on, we can have this on desktop and mobile, or we can have it on desktop only or mobile only. I'm going to leave it on desktop and mobile. I'm very happy with that. And then one thing I don't think I've mentioned yet, wherever you see these icons in the customizer, that means that you can view it on either desktop, on tablet, or on mobile. So currently it's on desktop. If I click on tablet, this is what my site will look like on tablet, and that's what my site will look like on a mobile phone. Keep that in mind, and then I'll go back. We can also hide controls. If you want to have a really good look at what's happening, then just click that button to show the controls once again. Anyway, I'm happy with that. I'm going to click publish. Before I do that, let me mention while we are on those mobile editing options. Wherever you see that little icon there with respect to these settings here, this means that this is what the setting is for desktop. If I wanted to edit the mobile or the tablet option, rather, I click it once again and I go to tablet, and then I could have a custom logo width, for example, or whatever that setting might be. I can have it on tablet only. In other words, I can have a different setting on tablet. I can set that to whatever I want on tablet, and then I can go to mobile phone and I can set it to whatever I want on mobile phone. So you can drill down and have your settings on the specific devices and have it for, in other words, it's device specific. Very handy and very useful to make your site look exactly the way you want it on specific devices. Once you're happy, which I am, I'm going to click publish. And I'm going to click it once again to go back to desktop. And there we go, that's done. have a look at my store. I'm happy with that. There's not much I want to change up. I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to edit my footer and my footer widgets. So that would be this area here. Now this is not using Astra themes footer widget options. It's using a custom layout. That gives us a lot more options. Let's see how that was done. In the dashboard, we go to appearance and we go custom layouts. And there's our site footer. It's set to display on the entire website. And that's where it's been hooked in. So to edit it, now remember, we can create new custom layouts. So once again, same with the custom header, we could have specific footers for specific pages or specific areas of our website with whatever content we want. This is super powerful and extremely flexible. Okay, to edit, let's click on edit. You can see it's using the Beaver Builder page builder there. Let's go through this page and have a look what's going on here. The layout, it's using hooks. And that's the specific hook and the action, the footer before. Priority you can leave. Basically what that priority is let's say you had 3 or 4 or more than one rather custom layout and you're using that hook there. What you would do is then decide on the priority. Which one would come first? If you wanted this one, if you had a second one and you wanted this one before that one, you'd make this one 9 and then the next one you'd make 10, and this would display then above that one or before that one. So what that means is, let's say that this was the one you wanted before and you have another one, this one would show, and then below that the next one would show if it was using that same hook. So that's what that means. That's how you'd use that. Once again, spacing options, this is neat to have it in here. You can have some spacing at the top and the bottom. Here's your display rules. It's set to display on the entire website, but yeah, you could literally have it display on a specific page or sets of pages or archives. You'd be very specific here on how you wanted this done. You can add display or exclusion rules. For example, don't show on a specific page and then it would be excluded on that page. There's user roles as well, where you could decide to show to all users, logged in users only logged out users, administrators, editors, and so on and so forth, only customers, and so on. Very powerful stuff. Okay, now once we're happy there, we'd click update. I'm happy with everything. I'm not going to click update now because I want to edit it. And this is where we are actually going to edit what is in here now. So I will click launch page builder. Now I can edit this footer with my page builder. In this case, Beaver Builder. If you chose Elementor, you'd be editing it with Elementor. And yeah, you can put anything you want. I will change out my logo here. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on remove. To remove the logo, I'll select a photo. Now I'll go into my media library. Let's have a look at the color there. That is a light color, so it's fine for me to have my dark logo, not my transparent logo. So that's the one that I'll choose there, which is my dark logo. That one over yonder. I'll click on select photo. Now this photo, or this logo rather, is 261 by 110. Yeah, you can set a custom size of 160. So I can have a little bit more control over the size of my logo. I'm happy with that 160. I'm going to leave it as is. When I'm happy, I click save. Now I've changed out my logo. Now let's say I wanted to change out some text here. Put a little bit of info about my store there. I'll click on that and I'll enter any text that I want here. When I'm happy, I click save, and then there are my social buttons or social icons. I could change them out here as I want. Let's go edit the first one. If I wanted to remove anything, I'll just click the little X there on whatever I wanted. If I wanted to change it out, I'll just click on edit social share. I'm happy with Facebook, but there are all other options. And it's an icon, or you can put in a photo there. I'm going to leave it at icon. I'm happy with that icon. Styling, you can change the colors here and the hover color. and I'll click save. And I'd go on editing whatever I want here. Now remember, this is a sharing button. This is not your store or your business's social media pages. This is if someone wants to share this page or your store to their Facebook or their Twitter or Google Plus or Pinterest or whatever it is. Just keep that in mind. That's why you don't see any links here. Once I'm happy, I'll click save. And yeah, we've got a menu. Let's see what was done there. This is a WooCommerce menu, or rather WooCommerce widget. There's no title, which I'm happy with. You can leave it as is or put a title in here. Well, let's put a title in and see what it looks like. I'm going to say shop. There we go. Okay, so that's shop. And then the order buy's name. Show product counts. So it shows how many products I've got in each category. Show hierarchy if there was parent-child relationships here. In other words, if there were subcategories. Only show children of the current category. Okay, that doesn't apply to this. And then hide empty categories. I think that's a good thing. And that's, by the way, sorry, I didn't mention, is a product categories WooCommerce widget. I'm happy with that. I'm going to click save. And then let's have a look at this menu. Okay, this particular item is a UABB info list. Home, shop page, lookbook 18 page, about us, and contact us page. I'm happy with everything there. I could add another item if I wanted to put another page in here, and I'll click save. Now, the reason they haven't gone with a menu here is because this is using the free version of Beaver Builder. And if you have a look here on the standard modules, there is no menu item here. So they've used a workaround to get past that. If you want to purchase the paid version or the pro version of Beaver Builder, by all means you can go ahead, and then you'll have a lot more options in here. Wait, before we do that, let's have a look at this button. UABB button. View offers. I can change the text there. I can put my link in there. Let's say I wanted them to go to the store. I'll just click select and I'll say store. No results. Let's try shop. It is the shop. There is my shop page. I'll select that. And there is the URL, and I'll click save. Now, if I want to preview this, by the way, in Beaver Builder, I click P on my keyboard, or I go up to the menu and I say preview layout. There's my button. If you see in the bottom left there, take a look and you'll see I'm now going to my shop page. To get out of the preview, either click continue editing or P on my keyboard. And let's go on to the last option here. This is an image carousel. It's using a gallery with a couple of photos. It's sliding through them, as you can see there. That's the size of the photo. Let's go with medium and have a look at the quality. Should improve quite a bit there. There we go, much better. You can have some spacing, which is not necessary in this. It's a one column, and it's a one column. You've got options here, what to happen when you click, if you want to show captions, carousel, images to scroll one at a time, autoplay images on scroll. So will they automatically start, or does someone have to click something? This is on autoplay. This is the speed 1500 milliseconds, which is 1.5 seconds. Infinite loop, which means it just continues to scroll. Lazy load, yes or no? No, in this case we don't need that. There's not many images. Enable arrows, which are those arrows there, so that you can go, I'll move that out the way, so that you can go to this, the next, or the previous image, or the next image. And everything else is very self-explanatory. Hover effect, nothing. You can have an overlay from left, from right, where it'll slide in from the left or right, bottom or top, zoom in or zoom out. Once I'm happy, I'll click save. Now, once again, this is a high-level overview, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on specific settings. Otherwise this video could be like 3 or 4 hours long. So it's just a quick overview, like a bird's eye view of what to do. But if you follow everything, you'll be able to get your store up and running in no time. Once I'm happy with my footer, which I am, I'm going to click done and publish. And that is my footer. Awesome. Let's have a look at it. I'm going to refresh. That is my footer. I'm happy with it, except that you can see that these images are not the same size, or rather the scroller grows and shrinks. That's because the image sizes are not consistent. So if you had to use images here, try and make them all the same size, and then you won't have that happen. So that's how to get around that. Other than that, I am happy with everything here. Now I'll show you a little later on how to edit a specific page, and then you'll know how to edit all the pages on your website using Beaver Builder or Elementor if you're using Elementor. This tutorial, though, obviously will not encompass Elementor at all yet. I think I'm going to bring out an Elementor tutorial shortly. Anyway, let's continue. In the customizer, let us now have a look at our shop page and what options we've got there. To do that, I'm going to go to WooCommerce. I'm going to go to my shop page. First of all, we've got a store notice there. Anything you put in here and you say enable store notice will be shown site-wide. Let's do that quickly and see what it does. This demo store is for testing purposes only. No orders are fulfilled, and I can dismiss it. And that would be that notice there. So if you had an issue with your store or there was an important notice you wanted to give, you can enable it here. I'm going to disable it and I'm going to say publish. Next, we'll look at product catalog. This would be our product catalog, our store page. Do we want to show products or show categories or show products and categories? I'm happy with show products only, and there they are. If you need a little bit more information on what an option is, you just hover on that little question mark and it'll give you more information. Next, our category display. So that would be a category. Let's click on the filter and let's select a category. For example, let's go to women's shirts. On women's shirts, do we want to show products or subcategories, or show products, subcategories and products? I'm going to leave it on show products. I'm happy with the way that looks. And then default product sorting. This will apply to everything. Do you want it custom ordering and name, or popularity, pardon me, according to sales, average rating, sort by most recent, sort by price ascending, or sort by price descending? Select what you want. I'm leaving it as is. Once you're ready, click publish. And then product images. Here's your width, your thumbnail, or your main image width 600, thumbnail width 300. I'm happy with everything there. Let's go to a single product and have a look at what it looks like to make sure. That's for cropping, very self-explanatory. It looks good, nothing needs to be changed here. I'm happy with the way that Astra handles images in WooCommerce. If you make changes, click publish. I'm going back. Next, let's look at the layout. Layout and WooCommerce. And let's go to general, sale notification, default. Let's go back to our store page first of all. That option, sale notification, applies to the sale badge. There's a default and there's a custom string. Now it says sale. I've set it on custom string and it's value. So it shows you what your saving is. In this case, minus 17%, minus 14%, minus 12% for all the items that are on sale. I'm going to leave it as is. Oh yes, well, let's first change it back to default. We can take it off as well if you want. I don't see why you'd want to do that. Next, we've got a circle. In other words, the style. There's a circle outline, a square outline. I'm going to leave it at circle. Like the look of that. Now, this is something that I'm very excited about. Your header card icon, which is that item over there. So you've got options here. You can have a default, you can have a cart, you can have a bag, you can have a basket. And then the style would be outline and full. So let's change it to, for example, let's have a bag and let's have an outline. Okay, I'm going to leave border radius at 4. Look at the change there. So you've got these kind of options. Yeah, let's save that and see what it looks like in action on the front end. That's what it currently looks like. I'm going to refresh. And that's what it looks like. We could have the cart title in there. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to click publish. Let's move on. Next we've got shop. We're on our shop page. Here's styles we can choose. Grid view, which is what it's currently set to, or list view. I'm not very fond of list view, but perhaps if we add less products, we've still got 4 there on our desktop, that is desktop view. So let's drop that down to 3 and see what it looks like. Okay, that could work, but I still prefer grid view. I'm going back to grid view. Okay, I'm back at grid view with 3 columns. Remember now you could change these columns. That's for desktop view. That would be for tablet view. I'm leaving it on 3. And then phone view, I'm going to leave it on 2 and go back to desktop view. So that's how you would do that. Products per page, very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. If I've got more than 18 products, it'll paginate to second page and third page and so on, depending on how many products I've got. So you could select there how many products you wanted. Then product image hover style. It's set to zoom and fade. So it zooms and it gets slightly lighter, it fades. Other options are swap images. So if you had, for example, more than one product image, it would swap out the image for the second image. Let's have a look at what that looks like. There we go. You can see it in action there. I'm going to leave it on a zoom fade. And then we've got display page title. I'm happy with displaying page title. Display breadcrumb. There's the breadcrumb. I'm a big fan of breadcrumbs on a busy shop, or on a big shop rather, with lots of products, lots of categories. The breadcrumbs makes it easier for your visitors to navigate. Display toolbar is that toolbar over yonder. That's for your sorting. It's selected. I'm going to leave it as is. And then shop product structure. Now let's have a look at the order here. Category, title, ratings, price, and then this is grayed out, which is short description, and add to cart. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to view add to cart. As you can see, there's no add to cart button here. So I'm going to click on the eye to make the add to cart button visible, and there's my add to cart button. So let's have a look at the order. As you can see, the order here matches the order here. That's your add to cart button. Short description is grayed out, it's not selected. Price, there's your price. Ratings, there's your product ratings. Title, your product title, and then your category, that's your product category. I'm happy with the way things are there. If I wanted to change the order here or disable some of these, I would just click on that little R button. Let's say I wanted the ratings disabled. I click on that and the ratings will go away. In this case, I do want the ratings, so I'm going to make them visible. Now let's say that you wanted to swap the order here. All you do is grab onto something and you drag it. Now the title will be above the category. Now the title is above the category. Previously it was swapped around. I'm happy with that. Let's see, product styling, content alignment. It's left aligned, so we could have it center or right aligned. Let's have a look at what center looks like. Center could work as well. In fact, I'm going to leave it on center as is. And then box shadow, that's for your particular product. You can see a box shadow there now. There it is. When I hover on it, there's no box shadow. So let's say that I wanted to make that, that's 1 pixel by the way. So I wanted to make that 3. It's currently 1. When I hover on it, it gets more pronounced. That could work. That doesn't look bad at all. I like the look of that. I think I'm going to leave it as is. And then your button. I don't think I need to change anything on the buttons here. I'm going to leave the buttons as is, but you could give it more padding here, vertical and horizontal. So vertical and horizontal padding if you wanted to fine tune the buttons on your store. Shop pagination, let's go down to have a look at that. There's our pagination, currently set to numbers, or we could have infinite scroll. So when someone gets to the bottom, instead of seeing numbers and they click on a number to go to the next page, they can click on a load more button. Now, the event to trigger infinite loading. So you can say click, so that someone has to click the load more button, or if you say scroll, when they get here, automatically it'll just scroll and load the new products. So whatever you prefer. I'm going to leave it on number for now. And then I've got a style here of circle or square. I'm going to leave it on circle. And that's my pagination. Quick view. That's the quick view there. I love this feature. I think this is a very important feature that will help you to convert more visitors. So our quick view options are on the image, on image click, or after summary. I'm going to leave it on image. Now what happens, you can obviously disable it as well. I wouldn't do that. I really love this feature. So what happens now is, if I wanted more information about this product, if I didn't have the quick view button, I would need to click the product to go to the product. So I'd leave this page. So I'd click that, or I'd click that, whatever. Now I can click the quick view button and it brings up a modal window with information about that product. And right here, now this is not a particularly good example because there's no additional information here. But what I can now do is have a look at it, scroll through my images. I would have more text here about my product, and if I'm happy, I can add to cart right away instead of having to go to the page. So what it basically does is it lessens resistance to a purchase. It's a very good way to convert more visitors into actual clients. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm happy with the way that looks. That looks really good, in fact. Our next feature is an off-canvas sidebar. It would be that feature there that says filter. So off-canvas sidebar, trigger off-canvas sidebar. It's with a button. It would be that filter button there. Off-canvas button link text. It says filter. I can change it to whatever I want. So you could, for example, say, let's just say categories. I'm going to leave it at filter, but this is how you do it. I'll say categories, and then it'll change that text there to categories. Whatever makes most sense to what you're selling, to your products. I'm going to leave it at filter. Let's take it back to filter. There's no sidebar here with categories, selection, or filters, or anything along those lines. This is an off-canvas menu. If I click it, it brings up an off-canvas sidebar, and then I can have filters here for price. I can drill down to my specific product categories. I can filter by color depending on how my shop is set up. So there's options where my visitors can find exactly what they're looking for, and when they're happy, they can click the X to get out of that. So what it's done is it's giving me a lot more space, and it's focusing my visitors on my product. Now I'm going to show you how to add new filters or edit these filters that are in here. To edit that, you go to your dashboard, you go to appearance and widgets. Here are my off-canvas filters. So we've got product filters, filter products, pardon me, by price, filter by price. You can put in any heading you want there. Let's have a look at it on the front end just so that we are exactly clear. So there's our filter by price. So it's the off-canvas filters, filter by price. I can change the text there or delete it. And then there's product categories, that's my title. Show product count, show hierarchy, only show children of the current category. That's a useful option to have here. And then hide empty categories. So let's first look at what it looks like on the front end. That is the product categories there. We are in the shop page, so it's showing relevant categories there. Okay, because we've clicked only show children of current category. If we were in a specific category here, and there were subcategories that would only show those children, so the options here would be relevant to what your visitor is seeing here. That's very useful to have. And then last but not least, it's filter by color. So filter by color, and the attribute is color or size. Remember, this is a WooCommerce product filter here, so it will be specific to what your particular product is. And then the display type is list or drop down. I'm happy with list. With query type or, I'm going to leave it on all. Once I'm happy, if I made any changes, I click save. So it's your filter by color here. So specifically related to what's going on here, your visitor can select exactly what they want here. Let's click on it to see how it works. Let's say they wanted to go to men's jeans. Click on men's jeans. Now I'm at the men's jeans page. I could, of course, do exactly the same thing and go somewhere else if I wanted to. Now I'm in purses and handbags. So that's how that works. Quite simple. And then our shop archive content width, that is the actual width of your store. I'm happy with the default. You could also have a custom width there. I'm leaving it as is. Once I'm finished with my settings, I'm happy. I click publish and we are done. Let's move on. Single product. Let's go to a single product and have a look. I'm going to go to the blue jeans, basic blue jeans. Now my gallery layout, the option number 1 is vertical. That would be there. It's vertical. I could have it horizontal at the bottom here. I will just select horizontal. I'm happy with vertical. Image width 65%. So that would be the width here. Let's play around with that and see what it does. Now it's on 40%. There we go. Okay, so it's made the image smaller. I'm going to go back to 65%. I'm happy with the way that it is. Let's do that. There we go. Okay, so back to where it is. I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave it as is. Disable breadcrumbs. It's been disabled on this page. We've still got them over there. I'm happy with the breadcrumbs in the header as is. And then single product structure, very similar to the shop page. Title, which is our title. Ratings, there's no ratings on this, so it's not showing it. Our price, short description, yeah, we've got that there. Add to cart button, very important obviously, and then your meta, which would be your category itself. If you wanted anything not to show, you click on the eye. If you wanted to rearrange the order, you'll just drag it to where you want it. I'm happy with everything the way that it is. And then enable Ajax add to cart. I like this function. So what happens is when I click add to cart, I don't refresh the page or the page doesn't reload. Everything happens right in page here. And then enable image zoom effect. There we go. And when I click it, it zooms. I'm happy with that. Product navigation. Yeah, we can disable it. Circle, circle outline, square, and square outline. That would be that little button over there. Now I would say play around with this. Have a look at what it looks like. And you can either disable it or there are your options. I'm going to leave it as is for now. Product description tabs. That would be these tabs here. It's currently on vertical. We could have it horizontal as well. I like the look of vertical. I'm going to leave it as is. But that's what horizontal looks like. Let's go back to vertical. Next, we've got related and upsell products. Display related products, most definitely. Display upsells, yes. Columns 4, we've only got 3 related products. That's why we've only got 3 there. And you can see, by the way, that hover effect in action there. I really like the look of that. It's clean, but it really looks good. Number of related products, 4 maximum. There are not 4 related products, so it's just showing 3. I'm going to leave it on 4. I'm happy with that as is. When I'm finished, I click publish. Let us continue. We are now on cart page, enable upsells. I'm going to leave it on enable upsells. Checkout page. Okay, let's go to a checkout page to see what we are up to here. Let us add something to cart. I'm going to view cart. As you can see there, there's my price and I've got 1 item in my cart. Okay, I'm going to first of all proceed to checkout to view the page. This is very clean, very crisp. I like it. It's simple. Now let's have a look at what we've got here. Yeah, we've got a 1-page checkout. We've got an option for a two-step checkout. On a 1-page checkout, we can enter our coupon code, enter our details here, and we can place our order. There is a little summary, a snapshot of our order, and we can click place order. Now don't worry about that. We just haven't set up our WooCommerce on the back end, and that's why that's not showing. But I could literally place my order right here now. This is a 1-step checkout. If we click on 2-step checkout, it'll break this process into 2 steps. As you can see, step 1 and step 2. This is a little simpler and could help with your conversions. I would say test it for a month on each and see which is more effective. What happens here is your visitor will, on step 1, which is billing details, your visitor will enter their billing details there, and then they'll say proceed to payment. So let me add a few things in here, and let's proceed to payment. Now I can review my order and I can place my order. And that's the thinking behind that. Let's go back. Well, let's leave it on a one-page checkout for now. Now, display order note. If I select that, now on display order note, it'll leave a little note box here for my visitor, or my customer rather, to type in a custom note. Display coupon field. Someone has a coupon, they can add the coupon there. So if you want to add discount coupons to your site, or offer discount coupons rather. Distraction-free checkout. What that does is it just removes a little bit of the clutter here on the page to help your visitor concentrate or focus more on a sale. So it should help conversions. Let's click on that and see what it looks like. And that's my distraction-free checkout. Menu gone, focusing my visitor on actually completing this transaction. I'm going to deselect it, but by all means test it, maybe for a month with and without distraction free, and see if it helps your conversions. If it does, by all means go with what works. Use labels as placeholders. Now, currently there's no labels in the placeholders. You can see that the label is above the box. Let's say use labels as placeholders and see what that does. Okay, that's very neat now. So what happens here is my label is in the box as a placeholder. So I'll type my name there, Athlone. Okay, the nice thing about that is once you've got information typed in here, the placeholder shows at the top, so it gives you context about each box. I think this is very useful. I like it. I'm going to leave it as is. Now, persistent form checkout data. Let's hover on here and see what that says. Retain the checkout form fields even if the visitor accidentally reloads the checkout page. So it'll keep all your information if someone had to, for some reason rather, reload this page. I'll leave it as is unchecked. Checkout form width, there's a default and there's a custom. So you could have this as a default width, or you could have it as a custom width and tweak it to your liking. Okay, that's our checkout page. I'm going to click publish first of all, and that is our checkout page done. Now there's a couple more little things that I want to do. Let's go to the home page. There's your scroll to top button. I would go to layout to edit that and scroll to top. I can display it on desktop and mobile, or only desktop, only mobile. I'm going to leave it on desktop and mobile for now. I can have it at the right, or I can have it on the left. So in other words, I could have it there or on the left. Now this is very useful to have this kind of control. Let's say that you're using a live chat function on your website. Now very often a live chat will be on the right hand side, and I've seen in many live chats they don't give you the option to move it to the right or the left. So if you had your live chat here, the scroll to top button would definitely cover the live chat, or vice versa. So yeah, with Astra having these options, you could just move this to the left and there it is. So you could have your live chat on this side and your scroll to top on that side. I like a scroll to top button, especially on longer landing pages. Makes it very useful. Then yeah, you could have the icon size, icon background radius. In other words, let's say I wanted to make it round. I could probably make, I think 20. Let's make it 30. There we go. And now it's round. So you've got that kind of control here. And then you could have the color of the icon background color, icon hover color when you hover on it, and then the icon hover background color. I'm going to leave it as is, except I will leave it around. When I'm happy, I'll click publish. And those are the settings and changes that I want to make. Now, let's go have a look at the front end again. I'm happy with my store the way that it is. I'm happy with the functionality. What I want to do now is show you how to edit pages. Now this would not be the shop page. We've edited all the shop elements in the customizer. This will be, for example, for the home page, the lookbook 18 page, the about page, the contact us page. Let's look at how we do that. Let's edit the home page as an example. What I'll do is I'll click on the page builder to bring up the page builder. This is where we'll edit and make changes to the home page and all the other pages. And this is how I edited in Beaver Builder. Now the first thing that I want to do is change out this background. To do that, I'll click on the row settings icon. It'll bring up my settings here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dock this. I'm going to dock it on the side. I can dock it on that side. You see that it lights up there. Or I can dock it on this side. I prefer it on the right, so I'm just going to bang it into the side there and it docks. Now it won't be over my content and hide it. So that's a nice way to do that. So first thing we want to do is change out the row background image. Now we've already clicked on the row settings icon, and it's brought up the row settings. What we'll do here is scroll down. Now we've got all kinds of options here. This is not an in-depth Beaver Builder tutorial. This is a high-level overview of how to get Astra up and running with a pro version. What I'll then do is just show you a couple of quick options. Here you've got the type of background, currently set to photo, and there's the photo. You can have a color, you can have a video, or you can even have a gradient. What I'm going to do is say remove, to remove this image, and then I will go and select photo and select a photo of my choice. Now I'm not going to do it in this case. I'm going to leave it as is, but that's how I would do it. Select the photo and say select photo, and then that's how I'll change out my photo here. Now to edit actual elements, I'll click on the element itself. This is using an info box module. There's my winter collection, the heading. There's my title, and there is the text. So I change out whatever I want here. I can tweak it to my heart's content here. When I'm happy, I click save. In fact, I need to edit that link. So click on it again, and then I'll click on link. I can have a button here, I can have text, or I can make the complete box clickable. So when someone clicks on anywhere there, that it'll go there. I'm going to leave it on button now. There's my text, view collection. At the moment, this is not going anywhere. I want this to go to my store. So I would send them directly to my store. What I'll do here is click select and click shop. There's my shop page. Select that, and there is the URL. So if I click on P to preview, if you check the bottom left there, when I hover on it, it's going to my shop. Now I click P to continue editing, or the continue editing button. And that's how I edit that. I'm going to leave everything else as is. Let's look at the next row. These are all columns. I'll edit them in a very similar way. Let's edit this column here. First of all, I will click on that icon there, and then I'll say column settings. Yeah, on my column settings, currently it's 50% width. Now this is a nested column, that's why I'm getting a 50% width here. I won't go into detail on that now, I'm just going to edit it. I would remove the image here and add a new image that would be a background image. As you can see, it's set to photo, and I'll change it out exactly the same principle we just did on the row above. And when I'm happy, I'll click save, and then I want to edit that title there. That bit of markup there is just to break that into two. So in other words, women's collection, there's a break there. Women's and collection, there's a break between the two. When I'm happy, I click save. I'll do the same thing for men's collection, same thing for new collection. I'll swap it out here, and then let's have a look here at our link. We need to change out that link as well. On the info box, there's free shipping on all orders. I can change that out for wherever I want. Let's go to the link. It's a button, view collection. Now where do I want this to go? Let's say, for example, this looks like men's shoes or men's apparel or something. So let's go have a look at what we want to do there. Let's go to our front of our store and see where we want to send them. So let's have a look at where we want to send them. I'll click on filters, men's shoes, and there's the URL for my men's shoes. So I'm just going to copy that URL, and then in the link I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to click save. Now when I click preview, which is P on my keyboard, have a look at the bottom there. I'm going to the product category, shoes men in my store. I'll click P again to get out of the preview or continue editing, and that's how to do that. Let's go on to the next row. Exactly the same thing. Edit it, change out whatever you want. Now this here is an image. It's not a background image. We've got a background image there, and then we've got an image here in this actual column. So we'll click on the image itself, we'll remove it, and we'll add it. To edit that background, we'll just go to the icon there for the row, and then we'll change out that photo there for something else. I just want to mention something here. This is a small little image. It's 15 by 15. It's set on repeated tiles. So in other words, it's a small image that just tiles. It's center position and it scrolls, and there's no scaling. So that's how that was done. It's set to tile. Keep that in mind. When I'm happy, I click save, and that's my row. Next, we've got a beautiful product grid here on our featured products row. Let's see how this was done. First of all, let's click on that element. Okay, this is a shortcode. Let me make this a bit bigger so we can see what's going on here. Okay, they've used the shortcode here, featured products with 4 columns, and the limit is 8. So what this is doing in WooCommerce, let's go to the back end and have a look how they got this. In the back end, under products, let's go to all products. Okay, all products there that have got that star on, those are featured products. So all you do to feature a product is click the star and it becomes blue. So that is a featured product. So what they've done here with that particular shortcode is they've said featured products in 4 columns and the limit is 8. So maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's how they get that there. You could make it 3 columns by just putting in a 3 there. Let's do that quickly. Now keep in mind that if you make that limit 8, you're going to have a little bit of an issue there. Let's save it first of all. I would have to make that 9 if I've got 3 columns so that it would look good. We've made it 8, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's click on it to edit it. So you need to make that 9 or 6, for example, however you want, or 12, depending on how many featured products you've got. I'm going to leave it on 4 and 8. I'm happy with the way that looks. I'm going to click on save and it'll refresh. Okay, that's how that was done. Very simple. Remember, this is a high level overview. I'll bring out another video with a more detailed options on how to drill down and get the settings exactly the way you want them. Next, we'll do featured products. There's your heading. You click that to change it. Let's change one of these, express delivery. There's the text. There's my heading. And then it's got an image or an icon, which would be that little guy over there. We'll click on image or icon there. And then to replace it or remove it, you could remove it or replace it. We simply click on there. And then we could go and select whatever we want there. And when we finish, we select it. I'm going to cancel. I'm happy with that little truck. And then the background style is simple, circle, square, design your own. You could go crazier and you could have the icon size bigger or smaller. I'll leave all as is. You could change the color here. Now let me show you a little trick here in Beaver Builder. Let's say that I wanted that to be, for example, my orange color. Now I could just go and first of all select a color there. However I wanted, go and select a color. What I'm going to do is type in my color. That is my orange color. Now, I don't want to type in my orange color every single time. So what I can do is add this as a color preset. To do that, I just click that plus button there. And now it's been added as a preset, my particular color. So let's say that I want to select that color. I just click color presets and there my color is. So I can just click that button and go and select the same color each and every time. Okay, I don't want it orange in this case. I like that gray color. So I'm going to say cancel. And it's going to revert back to the way that it was. But that's how you change it if you wanted to. Let's say you wanted to change the background color there. You'll just click on that spanner there. And there is the color. You could go and change this to whatever you want, the background. And when you're happy, click save. In this case, I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to cancel. And that is it. That is how you edit a page in Beaver Builder. Once I'm happy, I click done and publish. Now, to reiterate, the pages that are created with Beaver Builder on this particular build is my home page, my Lookbook 18 page, my About Us, and my Contact Us. The shop is not using Beaver Builder, the page builder. That was done in the customizer. So keep that in mind. You'll edit those pages with the page builder, and the shop you'll edit in the customizer. One last thing I think we need to do is have a look at our footer here. We'll do that in the customizer. To edit our footer in the customizer, we'll go to Layout, Footer. Let's scroll down and have a look at what we've got there. Now, if we were using the footer widgets, we'd click on the footer widgets, but we're not using the footer widgets. We are using the page builder and the custom layouts to hook this in here. If you remember previously, I showed you that. So yeah, the footer widgets are disabled, but you could edit the footer widgets here. So that for now, we'll leave it as is. To edit my footer bar, I'm going to click on footer bar. It's currently set to side by side, which is side by side. Here we've got a section 1, that is section 1. We've got a section 2, which is that there. Both are set to custom text. You can edit this to whatever you want. I'll show you how to do that now. You could, for example, put in a footer menu here. So select footer menu. Now I need to assign that menu. In my dashboard, under appearance and menus, that would be my footer menu. So I would say create a new menu. Give my menu a name. Create menu. And put in anything I wanted here. So pages, particular posts, custom links, categories, whatever I wanted. So let's say, for example, let's just put a page in here for what it's worth. Let's say we wanted cart and checkout in here and maybe shop. I'd say add to menu. I would say footer menu and I'd say save menu. So those are the 3 items. I could rearrange the order here just by dragging, save my menu. Then in the customizer, I've selected footer menu. If I save it now, or publish it rather, and go refresh it on the front end, there is my menu I've assigned. Now in this case, I don't want it like that, so I'm going to remove it, but that's how you would do that. So I'm going to say I want my custom text. I'm going to leave it as is. So it's got my copyright notice in there. My copyright notice, current year, which is the current year, it's a short code, and then the credits. So I'm going to put my store URL in here. You can put anything you want here. This is what I'm going to do. And in this case, it's demoaccount.com, and I'm going to call my store name, which is demo account. Now let's say your store was, for example, D-store. You would put D-store in here. Well, let's actually just go and put D-store in there so that it's not confusing. But I used dstore.com and D-store. I hope this is clear. My apologies if it is unclear. I was just using demo-account.com as an example, but that's how I put D-store in there. That was your store URL. And then on section 2, also custom text, powered by site title. My site title that I made was, if you remember, was eCommerce with WordPress in minutes. But to change your site title, you could either leave that there and go change your site title on the back end, like I showed you previously, or you could just type something in here. Entirely up to you. I'm going to leave it as is. And then footer bar width, content width, which lines it up nicely here. Or I could have a full width, which would push it all the way to the side. I'm going to leave it on content width. And then footer bar top border, apologies, it's 1 pixel currently, that little line over there. I could change the color here, make it 2 pixels or 3 pixels, make it thicker. I could make it 0, remove it completely. So you've got that kind of optional control there. Once I'm happy with everything, I click publish. And that is my footer bar done. I'll refresh here to make sure everything's right. Yes, my footer bar is correct. I am happy with that. Awesome. And that's how to build a website with an e-commerce store using WordPress and Astra in minutes. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations and thank you. I hope you enjoyed this build as much as I did. I'll have links to all the tools used in the description below. And if you liked this video and found it useful, please do subscribe to my channel. Please give me a like as well on the video. And then of course, don't forget to hit that notification bell and you'll be notified each time I upload new videos. I'm Athan from webassist.xyz where I build e-commerce websites. Have a good day. See you soon. Bye for now.